Hello, this is me, Waqas. One day, a man was standing in his window, watching outside a beautiful natural scene of raining with cold air blowing here and there. The trees are moving, the beautiful flowers are neat and clean appearing, no dust. The sound of the and the noise of the rain is making him more refreshed. He was enjoying this beautiful scene and weather and enjoying the beauty. And all of a sudden, he looked at his backside and he find his little son standing there with an extreme expressions of horror or fear on his face. The man was surprised that I am enjoying this beautiful weather, beautiful scene. It's a blessing of God which is happening, and why my son is having a fear and horror expressions. He looked at his son and asked, "My son, why are you afraid?" His little son pointed his finger towards the corner of the same window where the father was enjoying the beautiful scenery. The son pointed his finger towards the corner of the window where a small cockroach was sitting. And this little boy was afraid of this small cockroach. This is happening every day with us. We do whatever we do. We do whatever we want to do. We listen. We hear. Everything has two sides. One is the positive side, which father was experiencing the beautiful nature, and the other one is the negative side, which a small boy ignored the bigger positive side and looking at very small teeny cockroach and having a fear that this cockroach is going to come and bite me or attack on me or whatever it is. This is what we do every day. No matter whatever we are doing, we are listening, we are hearing, we are seeing, we are practicing at our office, at our home, with our neighbors, with our relationships, with our friends, whoever it is, whatever we do, everything has positive and negative. It's up to us how we look at these positives and how we look at these negatives. Most of the time, the positives are in a bigger proportion, negatives are in a smaller proportion, but because we are focusing on that smaller proportion, it becomes the biggest element in front of us. If you draw a small circle on a paper and focus your eyes on this small circle without blinking your eyes, after a couple of seconds, a few seconds, you will find this circle is across on all the paper, which you draw a little one. What does it mean? It means that where you focus, that focus becomes the main element in front of you, and that spreads everywhere. Now that rest of the paper could be white, but that small black circle or a dot, if you focus on it, you will find it out, spread it across all the paper. So all of us are living with positive and negative thinking. All of us mainly focusing on the negative sides more, and all of us want to get rid of this habit. It's not very difficult to get rid of it. There are three things if we do, we can convert our habit of focusing more on negativity and diverting it towards focusing on positivity. And if we develop this habit, we are going to have a direct positive impact on ourselves, and we will be started having positive thinking approach. The first and the most important thing is that we have to see what we pick first. What does it mean? Whenever we meet someone in a very simplest way, what we look at that someone first time when we see, we look at the clothes, we look at the hairstyle, the shoes, the way that person is sitting or standing, the way that person is talking, the way that person is behaving, the way that person is reacting. We might not like the dress he is dressing up, but we might like his or her hairstyle. We might not like the shoes he or she is wearing, but we might like the way he or she is talking. So now we need to see that where we are focusing in our first meeting with that person at first time. If we are focusing on the dress which we didn't like and we said, oh my God, what kind of dress he or she is wearing? Oh my God, what kind of shoes he or she is wearing? Regardless how good he or she in communicating, how good he or she in terms of reacting and behaving, we will find it out that we are focusing on the minor part of the bigger window and focusing on the negative side, and we need to divert ourselves from this negative to positive and start focusing on the positive aspects. When we start practicing this, in the beginning it will be difficult, but believe me, you will find the big difference in your approach. Slowly and steadily, you will start developing positive images around you. Second thing, what is happening is we have to start counting blessings. None of us are living in this world without having a blessing every day. Do one thing. Start counting the blessing. Now, it's very difficult for you to start counting the blessing on your fingers. Take a jar or a box. Keep that box in one corner of your room, and throughout the day, whatever the blessings you have, write it down on a paper and go and put this paper in this box. Now, what are the blessings? Even if I am breathing with oxygen, it's a blessing. How many times I will breathe in a day, and it's a continuous blessing from Allah. I was thirsty, I got a water. I was hungry, I got the food. I was going out, I had a good dress to wear, clean, neat dress to wear. And countless. Start writing down these blessings which you have. And after 1 week or 2 weeks or month, you will find your jar is full of blessings. It's very difficult to focus on the positive things, what you are getting by default, but you are focusing on something what you don't have, or the negative side. When you start focusing on guaranteed blessings, what you are getting, you will be not thinking about what you don't have. This will keep you away from the negative thinking approach. And the third and the most important thing, R. 100% R. What does it mean by this 100% R? R means responsibility. Start taking responsibility of your every single act, whether you are successful or you are failed. Unfortunately, we always take credit of success. I got driving license. I take the credit. See how good I was in driving the car. The instructor was not able to pinpoint a problem or a fault, and I got the license. Wow. I was successful. I got the credit because I was driving the car perfectly. I failed the car test drive I will start blaming the instructor or the one who taught me how to drive the car without looking or taking the responsibility of my act of driving where I made a mistake. My teacher did not told me to make a mistake. The instructor did not told me to make a mistake, but I started blaming the instructor that he was not looking at me properly. He was focusing somewhere else, or my teacher did not told me do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If he had told me, I could have passed this test. This is where we are dividing the responsibility, taking the responsibility of success and throwing the responsibility of failure on others. This creates the negativity among us. Start taking the responsibility of every single act. Whether success or a failure, it's you who did it. You will start looking at the things positively. So 3 things. Start analyzing yourself, that what you pick when you meet someone, positive or negative. Start counting the blessings. Start taking 100% responsibility. My promise with you, you will develop this positive thinking habit. Until next time, practice these 3 things. Let me have your views. Take care of yourself. Allah Hafiz.